Welcome back into Drennan Live. It is time for another edition of Fair or Foul, MLB edition, of course, because today is the season opener. Thanks for joining us here on our post-game version. Indians losing today to the Tigers 3-2. More of your phone calls coming up in the next segment, so we'll open up lines to you in just a little bit. Plenty of time for that coming up, but let's start off with the starter today in Shane Bieber. Bruce, fair or foul, Shane Bieber will finish in the top 3 in the AL Cy Young voting.
Oh, well, that's fair for sure. Barring any injuries, unforeseen injuries. But and Mike, Mike Yourstowsky puts these questions together splendidly.
He knows.
Excuse me. And
that was hard for you, huh?
Keep track of them now, Mike. He felt obligated to point out that I was wrong on what was that one yesterday?
And the Big Ten team making it.
Yeah, to the Final Four. Yeah. And I said yes.
It's perfectly placed when he remembers to keep track and when he doesn't.
By the way, here's a tidbit for you about Bieber. With today's performance, Bieber becomes one of only 4 pitchers to have 12 strikeouts or more on an opening day performance. The others, listen to the company he's in. Nolan Ryan, Bob Gibson, and Randy Johnson.
Goodness.
My, as Matt Underwood would say, how do you like them apples?
That is just, those numbers, even without his best stuff, as you said, and what he's able to do in that stat line to finish. Absolutely incredible. So glad we have him here. All right, next up, a Dodgers pitcher will win the NL Cy Young, fair or foul?
Boy, that's tough with DeGrom. And Scherzer's there, too. I'll say fair because they've got the team behind them, the notch, the wins. The ERA's got to be there. The strikeout to innings pitch has got to be there. I'll say fair because you know what? They've got 2 chances where the Mets only have 1 with DeGrom, and Washington only has 1 with Scherzer, although Strasburg's pretty good, too.
Couple of fairs to start out here. We like it. Next one, let's talk Logan Allen, okay? We know how things may change up in a rotation. Logan Allen will finish the season as the Indians' number 2 starter. Fair or foul?
I'll say foul. And let me explain why. As you're looking at the first lefty in our rotation, I believe since Scott Kazmir. But I'm not going to give up on Plesac or Savali to have good years, even though they're young, and I'm guarded about them getting tired arms come August and September, as I've been saying. In no way do I think that either one of them are going to be, terrible and big disappointments. I love them both.
Or he'll just be that good.
Or he'll be that good.
How about that?
Right.
Everybody wins when that happens. All right, the MLB leader in home runs this season will hit more than 50.
I knew you were going to say 50.
50. Fair or foul?
They've changed the ball, you know.
They did.
They say it's going to be a couple of feet shorter.
It seemed in spring training,
Yeah.
the numbers down.
Boy, that's right on the number, too. You know why I'm going to say fair? I'll say fair.
Okay.
And let me explain why. Suarez of Cincinnati went to spring training in Goodyear and said, I'm going to hit 50 home runs this year. Now, I don't necessarily think that he's going to do it, but he's already proven he can hit 40.
Sure.
So, because of the warm months forthcoming and the ball carries better in warm weather, I'll say yeah, because you got so many great power hitters. Another key is they got to stay healthy, of course, but I'll say fair. The fans want to see the homers.
They do. That's what puts the butts in the seats, right? And hopefully that warm weather gets here like now, and we don't have today happening again. April Fools, everyone. All right. Next up, the MLB leader in stolen bases will have more than 45.
That's close. I'll say foul only because the catchers are so much better percentage-wise at nailing guys, and pitchers are better. You know, it's really on the pitcher. They steal off the pitcher more than they do the catcher. That's always been the case. And the pitchers are so much better and concentrate so much in spring training of holding runners close and then shortening up their delivery to the plate. And we don't have a Lou Brock. We don't have a Maury Wills. We don't have a Ricky Henderson. Even Dee Gordon is gone. And Billy Hamilton's not going to play every day.
All right, we're continuing on with your projection here. So MLB leader in RBI will drive in more than 130 runs.
Oh, gosh. I'll say foul to that, too. That's asking a lot. Although if a guy hits 50, he's capable of doing it. But, you know, just on a hunch, I'll say no. Now, Mike's got to keep track of these. Is he keeping track of these?
I don't know. He acts like he is.
I mean,
or maybe just ones you get wrong. I don't know.
Because at the end of September, that's a long time from now.
I agree.
You know, we're going to be talking Browns and everything by then. I don't want him to forget about these questions to find out
especially these
how we did.
I love these over-under ones. That's just really great. We'll have a talk with him again. Keep track, Mike.
I'll love him if
I'm
right.
Watching. He just texted me and said in all capital letters, I have them.
He keeps good records.
Thanks. We got you. We hear you.
He's a good man. He subs for Joe when Joe has to take a day off, and he does a great job in the back doing all of our editing.
We love Mike Yourstowsky. All right, next up, a Yankee or a White Sox player will win AL MVP.
Oh, gosh. I think Anderson's got a shot at the batting crown. Abreu obviously would be the candidate for the MVP. You're talking Yankees, you got to be talking Judge. In our case, if Jose has a phenomenal year, oh boy, that's tough. There's Trout. I'll say foul.
Foul. Okay.
Only because Trout is still lurking, and if he stays healthy, he's always a good choice.
All right, next up. One of the two Cy Young winners, okay, will have an ERA under 2.5.
2.5?
Yeah.
2.50? Oh, I'll say...
what do we think?
Oh, boy.
2.5. You like it?
162 game schedule. It's different than that.
These are tough today.
Yeah, it is tough. I'll say it's different than it used to be when the mound was higher. I'll say foul. When the mound was higher,
loving these.
Yeah, there's Scherzer. There's one of the candidates for it. He's still great. I'll say foul. That's an interesting question, though, because
he's on his game today, Mike. In there.
Yeah, he is. He's really going.
He stayed up all night, I'm sure, thinking. All night.
Don't hurt yourself, Mike.
He gets, extra hours for that. All the time he put in. All right, Shohei Ohtani here will have more than 150 strikeouts and 150 hits this season.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I'll say foul because that would be so extraordinary and unprecedented in baseball history. It's hard to believe that he can pull it off, but if anybody can, it's that young man from Japan right there. He is a phenomenal athlete. But I don't envy Madden now that he's the manager of the Angels on how to use him. I mean, what do? You pitch him every 6th day and you play him as DH a couple of times, 3 times in between. Wow. He's a valuable weapon, though, whether he's on the mound throwing or hitting as the DH.
A little bit of everything there. That was a good one, too. All right, Ronald Acuna Jr. will hit more than 40 homers and steal more than 40 bases, fair or foul.
I'll say foul. That's a tough task, even though Acuna is one of the best players all around. There he is. He's one of the best in baseball, along with
40-40.
Yeah, he's tremendous. There's so many good players. Obviously, Soto of the Nationals is another guy. Of course, they're in quarantine right now, as you said.
What is going on? Insane. All right, next up, let's talk Yankees. The lineup for the Yankees will feature 3 40-plus home run hitters. Fair or foul in this one?
I'll say foul to that. They don't have to do that to run away with the Eastern Division. I say 30, yes, not 40.
Okay. Playing around with the numbers there a little bit. Let's talk a little Pittsburgh Pirates. How about this one? They'll win less than 55 games this season. Fair or foul?
Oh,
Vegas has them at 59.
What's that?
Vegas has them at 59.
I'll say foul to that. I think that... I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. That's an awfully bad season.
I was like, man.
My goodness gracious, that's terrible. I remember when Detroit was that bad a few years ago.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's bad.
Bad. All right, couple more here. The Cubs will trade Chris Bryant by the deadline?
I'll say foul to that because I think they somehow, some way can stay in contention because that's a very balanced division. It's not nearly as tough as the National League East, but Milwaukee's good, St. Louis is good, the Cubs are good. Cincinnati is not a bad team, even though they lost Bauer. But they're going to get Gray back. He's starting the season hurt. But I'll say foul to that because that's a very balanced division. And the Cubs' problem is their pitching, but they're starting pitching. But they've got a lethal lineup.
Last one. Here we go. There will be more than 2 no-hitters this season.
Wow, these questions that he came up with today are
just
really challenging. More than 2 no-hitters this season. I'll say foul to that because it's such an extraordinary accomplishment. And we've seen seasons where there's more than 2, but the odds are against it, so I'll say foul. Great stuff,
Love
though.
to see it, Mike. I mean,
Yeah, he loves
stepping up his game today.
he loves to show me up, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't know why. What is going on with you two?
You're right, compliment him on the
What is going on
air,
with
you know.
you two? Please tell me this.
That'll come to a quick halt if
Phone lines are back open at 844-289-1421. But before we go to break, we have our Drennan trivia question today. That is brought to you by Wayside Furniture. What current Indian walked to bring in the game-winning run during the home opener against the White Sox? It was on this date in 2019.
We'll have that answer for you in just a moment. And 844-289-1421. Let's go diving again.